Hello, welcome to the Miss Mouthy Podcast. I am your host, Raquel Tramell, and we are in season 6, you guys. And so this season, I wanted to bring to y'all the version of myself that is feeling unmuted. And when I say that, oftentimes when you speak up for yourself in a time where you're telling your truth, you can feel like it's best to stay silent. And I took a step back from doing Mouthy for some time to just isolate and heal. And I think in that conversation, Lips, I want y'all to go back to a time where you had to significantly take a step back, take all things in account, and just heal. And whether that looked at like isolations, silence, prayer, crying, whatever it took you through getting through that situation, this is where we're at now. So coming into this season of Mouthy, I am becoming unmuted, unapologetic, and I've always been authentic. So therefore, I wanted to bring in my special guest, my dear friend, to be able to shed light because she also is a podcaster that has a podcast about healing through trauma. And so she's just my good girl that I turn to for everything. Um in the sense of all the bullshit that I go through that I don't trust to just put out in the world. She is my confine. This is my friend Andrea. Welcome to the Miss Mouthy Podcast. Hey. I'm
Glad to
so
be here.
glad that you're here today.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Yes. So to let the people know who you are, what you do, I'll let you give yourself the grand.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Okay. Or just a little bit. A little
Okay.
bit.
Let's see. My name is Drea. I have the Healing from Trauma 2 podcast. I also work in healthcare. I have 2 cats, 2 children, and um I have a cleaning business.
Yes. So all of those things. I am You are the person I thought would be great to start off this new season because we talk so much about the things that we go through, I think individually, and then what I'm seeing now currently in the state of the world, right?
Mhm.
And all the people that has been experiencing some form of setback or hardship. So let me go to from what because I think this is the first time I've ever had another podcaster on here. What was the original concept or the thought pilot behind launching your podcast?
Okay, much like you were talking about just taking that step back and my journey from man, just all the things I've been through, like reflecting and taking accountability
Mm-hmm.
and just doing it out loud, kind of being mouthy about it.
Be stay mouthy.
So it was like I've always been a person who, oh man, talkative, talkative, talkative. So I'm
Yeah.
just like, why don't I just talk about people talk about me anyway?
Yeah.
So
They
might as
gonna
well
talk
help them out and
regardless.
just,
Yeah.
give my side of the story of my life instead of letting people just run and do whatever they want
With
to
the
do.
narrative. Yeah.
Oh man, girl, they was like in my city, they were just
Okay.
nosy. And I hate to be like that, but I was
Yeah.
like, how do you know? Why are you here? Like, why?
So let me ask you, was that kind of like what brought you here? Did you feel like you was pushed out, shunned out, or you felt like you left on your terms or your conditions?
Definitely left on my terms because Pennsylvanians, yeah.
Girl, I get it. You
I
know
just
I
left
get
on
it.
my own and I just like, I want to go to a bigger place, a bigger city, and just try to branch out from there because also where I'm from is very much a popularity contest in a
Yes.
small city. So it's like,
The
yeah.
who's and everybody is fighting for
Yes,
recognition.
yes, very
Okay,
much.
I totally get it. So when we talk about trauma, I think one of the things that me and you have oftentimes discussed, it comes into our intersections, right? Like it comes into being a black person and
Hmm.
whatever your orientation may be and how that plays in that. What experiences are you currently having or we talk often, what current trauma experience would you say that you have been overcoming?
Oh, being without my children.
Yeah.
That's like the hardest
Oh,
thing to
girl.
do in the world. And then to just live life like, I'm fine. You would never know. I'm just
Mhm.
going through like over a decade of hardship with that situation
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah.
That's just that situation.
Absolutely.
So it's like, oh, I'm very much of an advocate of people like telling people just because you don't agree with the parent or the other
Yeah.
doesn't mean that you should pretty much build a wedge between them and the children, especially if they're not harmful to the children. I
Yes.
can see if it's like, okay, I'm keeping my kids safe from this person. So because that they're unstable or whatever the case may be, mental
Right.
health is very real.
Yeah.
However, but just keeping a child away or children away because you're emotionally distraught or
Yeah.
just angry.
That was one of the things that me and you really connected on. I think going through such a long process in the court stuff that I was going through, being a mom, one of any intersection, right? Like when I sit here and think about the admiration of what it takes for a cisgender woman who sometimes don't get to choose what type of mom they want to be or the circumstances or the situation, but then the nuance of being a trans woman and experiencing that same
Mm-hmm.
level of oppression, will you say, where being without your kid for any amount of time really will do some real damage. And I'm just thankful to have a tribe during that time, and what I found to be my lowest in a soundboard, someone who could relate to what my experience was. But I thank you for your vulnerability in the moments where you shared that, because I do recognize that once you say that you got kids, they know that's our like sweet spot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you have given me inspiration because you're resilient. You have been, I want to say, fighting since I met you
Yeah.
or since we met.
Yeah.
And so you just show me like, girl, you just got to get up.
Yeah.
Just
No, for real. And you have to push through. So lips like no matter what you're going through or what the climate may turn into, we have to learn how to be resilient and push through in those moments. And when we are weak, lean on your people. They
mm-hmm.
there for a reason, okay? And if all of y'all down, just sit the fuck down together and get to it. Pass the popcorn,
I was about to
pass the
say play some
wine,
TikTok
yeah,
toe
yeah.
something.
Put the music on, get to what they call the Kleenex,
Mm-hmm.
and y'all will be okay. We got to enjoy a really good girls' night yesterday. It was good to be able. I don't know when I've been out in a while. Normally,
I've been trying to get you out for.
yeah, but like I said, that isolation period, I had to go within. But it was really good to be able to remember that you have friends that want to have a good time with you, and we had a time.
Yes, girl, you the company.
With the
You are just
the vibes,
yes, very much
you
so.
know,
You know.
you helped me remember who
It
the
was the
fuck I was.
energy.
Yeah,
It was equals like, yes, girl. Yeah,
yeah. I'm the friend that's gonna hype you up every
every
time.
time.
Okay.
Every time.
Yes. So it's been good. One thing that I do also value is to let your friends know what they mean to you and how they have shaped you. And since I've met you, I feel like I've really been able to be okay when people leave. And we talk about that a lot
Mm-hmm.
in our friendship, when people leave because the season has now changed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But for you, I have really appreciated the reciprocity that I get in our friendship, to be able to be the type of friend that gets the type of friend, and we balance, and for us to be the same zodiac sign. I thought it was gonna be a hit
Gang,
or
gang,
miss.
gang, gang.
Okay, it was good. It was click click here. But you have come, whether we're chilling, whether we're just on the, and it don't have to be every day. I think
Mm-hmm.
sometimes in friendships, folks can feel like you have to oversaturate with over communicating, but you a real one,
It's the
girl.
check-ins for me, friend. Cause
Yeah.
we maybe a week or so, and you're like,
Yeah.
hey, girl, I'm just checking on you, just
Yeah.
seeing where you at. You good? Okay, girl. All right, talk to you later. And I'd be
Absolutely.
like, oh, that's all
Absolutely.
I wanted in life, you know. Like
No, when you come through my spirit and it's just like, okay, let me check on my girl. Where she at? How's life?
y'all need to check on your friends. Make sure y'all check on your
Mm-hmm.
friends. And if your friends are your friends, they're gonna check on you too.
That part, and it's the because it shows you on moments where you don't always have to be the friend that's the people pleaser.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
for so long, girl, I was people pleasing, and
I've
I
been there.
wasn't pleasing the.
I'm
I
not
wasn't me the
myself. I'm
person.
the person I need to be pleasing. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So coming through that is just now in this season of Mouthy, I want to keep more consistent. I definitely want to be more transparent about. It don't always feel good to be the girl that is either the target or misunderstood because she
Hmm.
won't speak up on every truth. Like,
Well,
I don't.
sometimes people can't take what you really gotta say.
Yeah,
So,
that too. That too. And I don't want, because sometimes people shadow side go to hell, and I don't always want to be down there with Satan.
yeah,
Like,
tap dance.
not. I'm here. If I can open the door, I'm home.
Right.
We got it in us, But in all hindsight, it's like I would rather give people inspiration and something to look forward to. In the realistic that the adverse effect is going to happen. Life is going to give you some shit, and then sometimes life is going to take you to places you've never even dreamed of.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like, well, I don't know how everyone feels about God or the universe. That's a
Touch your thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
girl. So whatever you believe in, dang it, I think I lost my thought.
Mm.
Maybe it wasn't for them right now,
It,
but
it's all right. So, how have you been handling the climate? Have you been personally affected by anything that's going on, or?
um, this sounds a little childish, but I try not to indulge as much
Hmm.
because it's like, what can I do to change it? It's already
Yes.
depressing watching the news in its
Yeah.
own. And then when I have friends much like yourself that
Hmm.
are affected by just ignorance
Yeah.
and just lack of wanting to understand or wanting to even try to be union. Girl.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Anywho, I try not to get there because then I get either too passionate and it's like no one's gonna hear the
Yeah.
message because it's like built off of emotion. So I just try to step back, like, you know what?
So this is my thing for you. I have heard stories that you have told me about your journey and all that you've been through and overcome. How have you been able to do that in moments of
Whew.
difficulty? Like, what processes or techniques do you offer?
What you were mentioning earlier, that prayer, that crying, that like, Lord Jesus, okay, I surrender for real this time.
Yeah.
I'm so serious. Like,
Yeah.
it's not working my
I'm
way.
not
I
that
don't know.
strong, Lord.
Yeah, I'm tired of trying to do things my way. Without any type of guidance, because a
Yeah.
lot of times we get a little hasty and we're just
Mm-hmm.
like, we're gonna go, or we just have to do. And like you said, it takes that isolation. Like, what does my support group look like?
Yeah.
Who am I surrounding myself around, and are they affecting the way I feel I should move or want to move? That.
Because I felt like proximity had
Mhm.
confused me with authenticity. I felt like because we're always around each other, it has to be a genuineness, or
Mhm.
we have to jail. And honey, they just around you waiting
You
for you
called
to.
it, that situation with that person.
Yeah,
We're gonna
girl.
call her
She was a
Juice. We're
fool.
gonna call her Juice. You
Juice
know.
was a fool. Juice was juicing,
And he
okay?
was like, "Girl, I don't see how."
Y'all, I don't be want to use my discernment like that. Like, I like to give people the
You were
benefit
right.
of the
You
doubt.
were right.
Yeah, and I hit you on the note, and I hit her on the note, and I was telling my husband, I was like, I really feel like I'm gonna like her a whole lot. I was like, but this other little chick that she hang out with, she questionable. Ah,
And it sucks. It's a lot of times we can see what we should be seeing, and we're just like, well,
yeah,
it ain't that bad,
it ain't a red flag. It's
Or I've
orange.
been around people worse, so
Yeah,
it makes them look less
absolutely.
toxic. But
Yeah,
in all
absolutely.
reality, toxic is toxic. It's not like a little dose, a little bit of poison. It's like poison or not.
Yeah, because it only take a
I know.
little bit of fentanyl to take a girl up out of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that is really interesting, and I'm trying to learn not to judge a book by its cover, but
That is
also like,
hard.
yeah, like,
Especially when you've been through some things. You're like, she got the spirit of Shaniqua all
yeah.
over her, and she did so much, threw me on the bus, but I
Ah!
don't. Nah.
But the thing about it,
Sweet
right?
girl, but no.
You don't have to judge the book by its cover,
What
but you
about the
don't even have
content?
to read the fucking book. I can see the cover and say, you know what? That
Yeah,
is
I'm put that
not.
down.
Yeah, I don't want to learn about beehiving right now. Mm-mm. And so,
So how do you get through?
you know what? I am open to the situation because sometimes the severity of what you're going through, like what I'm
Mhm.
most recently experiencing and going through, has not been something that I would have ever imagined myself to go through. But I think, one, it is always my faith that I go back to. So
Mhm.
for faith based people, keep that. but also in the times of the reality is just allow the process to go through
Mm-hmm.
whatever you're going to have to go through it to get through
Mm-hmm.
it. And so there's no
And it's
hiding.
like,
There's
how
no,
long do I gotta suffer? Jesus, like it's in my situation, this specific, like with my children, this has been over a decade
yeah,
battle.
yeah,
To the point it's like, okay, you know what?
yeah,
And I
yeah,
don't got no more fight. I went through the stages of crying every other day, and then to the
yeah,
point where people didn't even know I had children.
yeah.
And they're like, and then that gets me going because it's like, girl, you don't,
Yeah.
jeez,
Because
don't
now all these
ask.
labels about what kind of
Mm-hmm,
mom you are and
mm-hmm.
like, why aren't you?
You
And
don't
your
know
kids like,
what I've tried and what
ab-
I've been through. So
absolutely.
it's like I don't even like going into that,
Yeah.
and it's just so it's like okay, so how do you pretty much mask it? That's like,
And I would say, the manifestation is so real.
mm-hmm,
So real. Like, yeah, there's going to be word curses against you. There's going to be people plotting against you. But to think about 6 years ago,
mm,
how I wanted to be at this position in this
mm,
level and to be able to live in my manifestation is something that is undeniably real. And we yield that. And so in the midst of the storm, I try and take little small things. I mean, like a atom girl, like little small things of how can I make myself better in the future? How will my
mm-hmm.
future self thank me with this one task? And that mean, okay, you did a 30-minute walk. That mean you wrote down a poem or you wrote down your feeling. That means you saved some money for future situations, but small. I
I
mean,
try. I put
tangible
money in my savings.
to take it back to the checking. Okay, girl,
That part.
I absolutely get it, but it has been something that also too what I recognize when you deal with the same cycles
Mm-hmm.
over and over again, you then want to break the loop. So you're like,
Mm-hmm.
and you then know the devils you up against, right? Like we know
Girl.
their strategy, we know what they coming with,
Mm-hmm.
and the unpredictable part of it is the separation abuse that Black women have to face in this country with no help to the legal system, for
Mm-hmm.
the lack of understanding of for people who may not know what that looks like, even when you're done with a person until it becomes DV or a homicide.
Mm.
And it's just like, I have given y'all
Everything.
everything. Nobody came to save me.
Nobody told me nothing. How hard it was
you
gonna
know,
be.
uh, yeah, but friend, I got you.
Yes,
Yeah,
and I
we.
got you. I know this sounds childish, right? But when you remember you took the trip and you was like, "Can you book a
Yes,
fellow
yes,
for me?" I
please.
said, "Oh, she flew with me. She trusts me to go in her house and lock
No,
her
for
down."
real. And that meant the world to me because it was like, well, Bella, bitch, you gonna be,
No, for real.
you gonna be in here, girl. I'm just gonna leave the food in the bowl and hope it's,
Yeah.
But I was just like, oh, thank you so
No,
much.
that really made me feel, and I know it's like really, but no, that really made me feel like because it's a trust thing because I
Yeah,
know how you are.
yeah,
So the
yeah.
fact that you even invited me in your home, I was like, oh, she
Absolutely,
liked me a little bit. Okay.
absolutely. And that's where it starts. And I just cannot fake energy. People who got great intentions for you,
Question.
gonna show you. Yes.
So when we were talking about the healing process, like
Hmm.
the discernment, all the other things, one little another thing I admire about you is that sometimes like we meet people in like a trauma bond or whatever, and we
Hmm.
didn't meet at the best times of our lives,
Right, right, right.
and we both were internally going through things, but you never let that outshine who you were,
Oh, thank
and
you.
you're just so like I don't know. It makes me. I tell you this. It raises standards on how I want my future friends to be. Period.
Absolutely. Same.
Because I could count how many good friends I got, and some of them might just have that longevity, and that
And that's what we bank on, right?
you
Like,
know.
I had a friend who maybe we trauma bond, maybe sometimes you'll be fooled with the identity or the same social class or whatever. But those things don't mean shit when the soul is decaying.
Unhealed.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's
decaying.
going reverse.
Yeah, it's like, babe, if some of this juju of good positivity and love and let's go out here and change the world don't get
It
you.
don't rub off all the time. And then it's crazy because you would think like people will want more people want to be happy, want to learn about healing and stuff. But I feel truly it's easier to be contagious with negativity
Mhm.
and what was me like I told you even with Miss Juice,
Yeah,
and I expressed to her like I don't want any more friends. I'm at a part in my life where I don't need any more friends to just turn up, drink, and smoke with because
absolutely.
girl, I do that by myself.
You see
So
what I'm saying? And
and
it's
been doing that for a
okay
while now.
to evolve past the version of who they met
Like
as your friend.
what value do you bring to the friendship? And that's another thing with you. You bring a lot of value.
Thank
And
you.
you're not paying my bills,
Yes,
but you bring so much value.
thank you.
You shouldn't even look at your friends like that
Yeah,
anyway. But when I think back, I have a close friend, and one time I didn't want to go hang with her. Not didn't want to go hang. It was more so I don't have any weed or nothing on me. Like I don't have nothing to. And she was like, "Do you feel you need to provide something to
yeah,
hang around us?" And I was like, I never thought, but that goes back into the people pleasing. Like I
yes.
want to be that person, and it's like,
Hmm.
girl,
Just
don't nobody
come
care
as
about that.
you are.
Yes, and
Yeah,
if you can't, you don't need to be there
absolutely.
anyway.
I learned so much about friendships or people who pretend to be friends, and the standard for my friendship can change.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot call yourself my best friend and you're in company with people who show they dismay for me. It's just not that. Let them tell you whatever concern,
Mm-hmm.
but leave it there. Either you're gonna defend me to them, or you don't have to come tell me and make me feel more salty about
See,
self.
so one of my best friends, that's one thing I like. That's her superpower.
Hmm.
She's not going to sit up and have a whole conversation with someone about me or allow them to have one with her.
Absolutely.
Now, it's funny because a person I knew longer than her, and I thought that was my friend, but one of her traits is throwing people under the bus. It's like, oh yeah, that's just who she is. That she just does that,
Yeah.
whatever. And then it dawned on me like, why are you subjecting yourself to always getting to this point of just the disloyalty or whatever it may be. So fast forward, longer story short, she was talking to a girl who we fell out. She tried to do the befriend thing, and I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, maybe, but still, you know how we are, little
Yeah. Oh.
girl. How about the friend that I knew the longest would let her come over her house to talk about me, and then she called me like 2 weeks later to tell me about it, but she only told me about it because she became upset with the girl, and it's like,
Absolutely.
no, I don't think I like
Absolutely.
either one of y'all because
I've learned to
I'm trying to change. Like,
with being pushed out, with and not even in a victim, just it is
mhm.
what it is. To see how women will band together to
Girl,
take
for the
another
work.
woman down,
Ooh,
that is just the most
ooh.
scariest, but also
Mm,
weak bitch shit I've ever seen. So for me, I'm just like, no, thank you. Like, I'll leave all of y'all guessing, confused.
mhm.
What happened? What did I say to her? What, baby? To beneath me, beneath. I'm not doing it. And if you get the energy one time to catch me off my group where I like have to put you in your place, that's all you're gonna ever get from me. You should have made that the one because we're not arguing again.
So, do you believe in rekindling old friendships,
At
depending on how they ended?
now, at this stage in my life, no. The one before me had tried because if you were my friend, we would never stop being friends over a fallout. We would never stop being friends over a disagreement. You can have your dismay. I can
Mhm.
have my change of opinion. And the love that I have for you will not
Would
keep
allow
me.
me to, yeah. And
Absolutely.
that's what I think a lot of, like, I wasn't mature, so I didn't know what a good friend was. I told you before, I don't even think I was a good friend because I didn't know how,
Yeah.
But what I've learned is that respect is so important in
Hmm.
a lot of relationships, in all your relationships, honestly,
Yeah.
because a person who respects you, you can trust them.
Yeah.
And you can know that, okay, like you said, we could fall out, but girl, I'm not about to go on Facebook and dog you out and tell
Girl.
all your business from 2 weeks. Now, the old me, man, I was subliminal queen, honey. I was just like, it's
Honey,
that she knows I'm talking
I
about,
didn't
whatever.
I didn't air some girls out on here, but this my
Yeah,
platform. And
that's
you know what
different.
you did to
But
me.
I'm saying like to say we're friends and then we fall out and now everybody know we fell out. And
Absolutely.
so my where I draw the line with my friendships is if you can't respect me, we can't be friends.
Hmm.
Because if you respect me, you respect how you're talking about me and how people hear you talking about me.
Hmm.
But a lot of times people don't have respect for themselves, so they don't know how to even give that back. So
Yeah.
it's like, girl, I don't want to be you. We just fell out and you just told everybody my mama's sick or whatever the
Yeah.
case. No.
Because boundaries, right? Like it's one thing in a friendship when your friend is unaware of what your boundary is.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I say, hey, I actually don't like when you XYZ and a third. And I see you consistently do that. You do
Mm-hmm.
not value me.
Me at
Fuck a
all.
friend. You don't value me as a person. You're
Mm-hmm.
trying to cause me harm. And so for that in the season when somebody shows me the intent, not who they are, because people be masking,
Mm.
but when people show me the intention of what they have for me, when you show me you don't have nothing but negative, or you want to see other people around me look at me in
Be a
a certain light,
mm-hmm.
no ma'am. No
Girl.
ma'am.
That just brought just flashbacks of just like the type of people I was dealing with, and I was accepting it. And
Yeah.
it's like we fall out like every year, every
Yeah.
other year, and it's like why? What are we doing this for? I should value myself more than that. And because if I gotta correct every time we fall out, and I gotta come back and apologize, or you come back and that's not.
And it's human behavior. Like when you see someone who wants to hurry up and spread a narrative
Mm.
that you may be jealous of them or whatever, or and then they go get them another friend before they even try to, honey, them minions, them
Well,
not the
you
friends.
you know what they say, if they talk about you if they talk about their friends to you, they'll talk about you to their friends, and that's the
Absolutely.
truth. That oh man, that's I don't even
And
know
you
how to
can't
say it,
come over
but it's so
here
true.
after you done got roasted by the same fire because you seen
Hmm.
it burn me first. Mm-mm.
And that's funny because that was the reason why that same person that was talking about me to a person that told me whatever, she literally like she was like, yeah. Now mind you, on Facebook, she was like, we both were like, we should have fought
Mhm.
that day, not no other that day. And so I knew, even though I know we talked for over an hour and we were not where we were on Facebook, it still was something in my spirit that was like, you can't fix this. Like
Yeah,
this ain't gonna work. And so
absolutely.
that person like hit me up, oh, you want to come over? You want to come over? And I just kept thinking, what am I look like after I just said all this dirty,
Mhm.
foul things about you on Facebook, and now I'm sitting in front of your friends at your no, ma'am,
And
I'm
they know
okay
what they do. My thing for
because I'm the bad
we
guy always.
we can't, okay, villain. We cannot sit this far apart and say we friends,
Mhm.
and then you know what you've done to me, but yet you don't know why the friendship ended. No, you don't have the ability to take accountability for the part you played in our friendship. Maybe
Mhm.
we didn't end all because of you, but there's a massive thing where I decided, okay, enough. I
Mhm.
have to walk away. Thank you for, I cause you.
Memories.
That's it. That's it. The season is the season. Um,
I'm not gonna lie. Most my toxic friends were my most fun friends. I know
yeah,
that sounds terrible, but they're.
it sound about right because they're gonna live on the edge. They're gonna take you
It's like,
there. They looking for the
girl.
time.
I was like, dang, I missed that bitch. Oh, I hate her, but I miss
No, same. I mourn people don't talk often more about the mourning
her.
of a
Hmm.
friendship. I mourn friendships all the time because I'm like, damn, I really loved you and genuinely and so happy for whatever accolade or success they get. But the access to ever getting you to, because I would be disrespecting myself
Hmm.
to
To
let you
say,
that
yep.
close and then come back and have to tell another one of my good friends, oh, she hurt me. Well, bitch, why you let her close again?
Honey, my
Why?
mom used to say, so you going? She acts like, is she crazy or you crazy? Because you keep letting her do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you keep coming back telling me about this friendship, but it sounds the same every time. So it's like,
Absolutely.
who's the problem? You or her?
Yeah. And you have to allow yourself to let your friends heal, because one of the things I think I was taken away from my friend was leaving her alone to
Hmm.
self-reflect
Hmm.
and actually see the connective of all the different relationships that was failed by her and her actions and
Hmm.
her viewpoint. And with that being said, maybe she'll never see it. But for me, I was evolving, moving on, growing
Hmm.
past not having my child to now I can believe and see the version of myself. And I don't like how I'm showing up.
Hmm.
I want people to show up more for me, not take advantage of the fact that I'm living in trauma and
Hmm.
I'm in guilt. I'm
Sometimes
grieving.
people like that because
Yeah,
it makes them feel like their life isn't that bad, or it's just something. If misery love company, that's the
absolutely.
realest thing, the realest thing ever, because it's true. Like I've had more friends when I was just not shit, versus now I'm like
Absolutely.
I'm trying to get my life together. Like, oh, good job. Hope you do
Yeah,
well. All right,
yeah.
girl. Hmm. But I'm like, I'm trying to turn up. Let's fuck the club. I was like, yeah, woo! Like, bitch, you know I'm alcoholic. Like, why?
Why
Why
would you even
are
come
you
over here?
encouraging my bullshit?
Yeah.
But if I'm like, oh, okay, let's sit down, let's think about a business plan or whatever. It's like, okay, you do that, and
Mm-hmm.
then once you succeed, which you ultimately will if you keep going, you have the, oh, I knew you could do it, or oh, girl, I heard.
Mm-hmm.
Look, first of all, so my podcast, it taught me that that's some I have learned a lesson.
Mm-hmm.
One, stay true to yourself and keep going. And even when you don't think anyone's listening or looking, they are. Swear to goodness, there's people that heard my podcast that I was like, girl, we ain't talked since high school. Like,
Absolutely.
what? How'd you? Okay, thank you for the support. Or at the time where I thought, no one's listening to this. It's like 2, 3 people listening. I don't know. And then someone reached out like, girl, I understand what you're going through. And I'm like, oh. So it's like sometimes you just got to build outside, have your, get
That's
your support
absolutely
outside.
how, even when they what don't see me, they hear
Here.
me.
Mm-hmm.
People have refused to. I didn't need no flowers, but if you know I'm doing great work, let me know.
Girl, I told you. When I,
Yeah,
first, I was
yeah.
like, God, oh my God, you
No,
going to the stew. Okay, you doing it.
be-
Oh, you in the
because
hobby.
while we out here in the
Yes.
moment of it, you don't feel like you're doing
And
enough.
you encourage me to want to be around more like-minded people,
Absolutely.
because if I want to do podcasts, or I'm doing podcasts, and this person's doing that we're not going to always have, we're not, it's
Yeah.
kind of like hard to mesh. And I'm not saying you can only surround yourself with those people that are doing the same thing as you, but to have someone that's elevated or moving more than you are, why, instead of being a hater,
Yeah.
instead of
And
being a hater, she
I have one of my lessons was learning how to stop putting people in positions where God had called me. That was my spot,
mm-hmm.
right? So me wanting to work across, me wanting to collaborate so much, but they don't have anything to offer me. Or when their opportunities or blessings come, they're not
Never
speaking your
heard
name. They're
nothing.
never
Never heard.
gonna say,
Girl,
Miss
what
Mouthy,
honey.
not a dime, not a nickel, not a cent. Okay, nothing. No ching 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 for
Nothing.
me. And so in this next season, it's giving all or nothing. It's me,
Mm-hmm.
like it's me, and I don't want none of that. I learned from those pitfalls, and it's no love lost. Like I just
Mm-hmm.
hope everybody get it out the mud.
Yeah.
Get it out the mud.
Do like I do. You see what I'm doing?
Get it out the garbage. Okay, because trash.
I'm not even gonna bring that person into existence, because as soon as you said trash, that name just popped in my head.
Oh,
I said, you know what? I
anywho,
just let it go.
okay, so because I always like to give the youth something to aspire to as a young woman that maybe, let's just go for moms. Like that was the thing that we experienced. Separation of kids. What things can we say that's encouraging to moms who may be separated or displaced? Because even thinking about the ICE situation,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Like what could we offer up?
Um, I would say faith-based people, just hold on to it, and the people that aren't, I don't know, because I don't know where that will go. But pretty much, I just believe in prayer. I believe in consistency in prayer and patience, because I used to feel like, oh my God, this is the longest, and it is. It's
Internal.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
and it's in an eternity for me.
Yes.
Versus there's people that's been locked up and they haven't seen their kids, and now they're 30 years old or 20 years
Yeah.
old. So it's like everybody's situation is different. Don't ever feel that you're the only one or you're isolated, because up into you, I haven't been as close to a person who can relate,
Yeah.
regardless of the how long it's been or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like, just surround yourself with a loving and understanding community and people that get it.
Yeah.
Because you trying to talk to people who's never been through that, or like I've felt the shade before, where like I got my kids and it's like,
Yeah. You were trying to hurt me with that.
yeah, you know what?
I'm gonna go ahead and
Before I go to hell, because
yeah.
you don't let me
You
say
playing with
what
me.
you got, honey. But anyway, so it's like, just try to stay positive,
Yeah.
because it's so easy to stay in that woe is me, it's never going to get better, because that's what the enemy wants you to do.
Yeah.
Wants you to just, I think he gets more pleasure out of hurting you than killing you, if you ask me,
Absolutely.
because it's the torture of it.
Mhm.
And it just keep your mind.
That was a word.
Oh,
Oh, that was a word.
keep your head on a swivel. And if you believe in prayer, stay prayed up. And if not, then meditate, do something.
Yeah.
But keep your mind forward. Don't think back, because a lot of times our mind reverts back to the last thing, the worst thing a person
Mhm.
said, or last time you felt like crap or whatever.
Mhm.
And it's like I just stopped crying,
Yeah.
literally, like
Yeah.
this year. So
And I would say therapy has been so beneficial to not burning out my friends with
mm,
emotional dumping. But even in that, my nervous system, do what needs to happen to control your nervous system because it really does something to your psyche when you have to keep thinking about.
I talked to my doctor about she started I think it's called Lazard Pro.
Okay.
And so it's like a anybody Jesus, not an antibiotic, Lord Jesus.
Woo! A little clear up. 6 to 8 weeks.
That's like 7 days. Okay. But no, Lazard Pro, so it's a antidepressant, anxiety, whatever, and
Yeah,
anxiety medicine. And I am on a journey to just helping my mental health because
absolutely.
imagine going through that and feeling like even if you do know other people, like I've known of, but you're the closest mother that
Mhm.
I've been through
Mhm.
or been close to that have been through that situation.
Mhm.
But to be on the out, like everybody on the outside, it's like, oh, it'll be okay, or don't cry over that dude, or oh, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna like I don't want to
I
hear
don't want to
that.
hear
Like
that shit.
shut up,
Yeah.
please shut up, shut the hell up
Yeah.
because you don't
That's not
know.
the right advice.
Everybody has a different mindset, a different mind frame, and I just thank God that I'm as strong as I am
Yes.
because I don't think many could just handle everything I've been through on top of what I'm going through. It's like,
Absolutely.
girl, no, pray and talk to your good friends,
Your
not the
good
ones
children.
that just want to hear you going through what you're going through. Because at first, they're not your friends.
Yes. Okay.
Anyway.
And also too, as you was highlighting the praying aspect, but pray
hmm
over your kids.
hmm
Pray while they're not in your care
hmm
that they are being taken
And
care
you know
of
what
and
else
that
I
they're
asked
safe.
God for?
What?
To soften the people who was actively keeping them away from me, to
Absolutely.
soften their heart. Now,
Absolutely.
they must have some hard hearts because I've
Mhm.
been praying for a while now. And it's like, what you got to keep doing it. Just
Yeah.
keep doing it. That's
Yeah.
all you can do. And manifest, like you
Yeah.
said.
And it may not never change, right? They may be who they are to the core of who they are.
Mhm.
But your children is gonna love you and they're gonna have the
And
relationship to
don't
you.
hate yourself because someone else is trying to make you feel that way.
Yes.
Because that's a lot. A lot of people they're so upset at themselves. So why do I want you to feel beautiful if I don't feel beautiful?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Absolutely.
No, no, mm-mm. So
And in a time with social media, our kids is they are battling and
mhm.
chasing a lot of opinions and
Imagine being part of your kid's problem.
mhm.
People don't understand the type of trauma, the type of trauma they are putting on children that are innocent. They don't deserve to know that you think they mama ain't shit because
Yes.
whatever your reason is, and the only reason you have is because you have a disagreement on whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If the parent, whether it's a guy or a girl, people tend to get so personal. It's like, what about the children? How
Absolutely.
is this person affecting the children? I've done
Absolutely.
nothing but try to put love in my children's life. Let them know I've
Absolutely.
never not wanted y'all. I love y'all so
If you
much.
obliterate the chances for reconciliation and co-parenting,
hmm
you cannot be wishing death and harm on the person who you created
Girl,
life with and then turn around and think that y'all gonna be able to sit at a table on
honey, a
Thanksgiving.
whole hate train.
Mm,
I've never been hated by strangers as much as I've been hated by strangers in my life, especially people that didn't lay down with me, don't know nothing about my personality, my upbringing, really. And
absolutely nothing.
and it's like, dang, what did I do? But I see it every day on like watching other content or
Yeah.
content creators.
Yeah.
It's like, dang, everybody hates you now. And it's like,
Absolutely. Okay. So let the people know where they can find you. Thank you so
oh,
much for
thank
coming
you for
through.
having me.
Of
I'm
course.
so excited, girl, because we've been talking about it, but
Absolutely. And I'm
you
coming on to
know,
yours and you
yes.
coming back and all the things.
Okay, so on Facebook it's HFT Podcast Healing from Trauma. That's what the HFT stands for. Or TikTok is we're healing over here because every day is we're trying to do that.
That
We're
part.
every day we're healing. We're not just because it used to be we're healed over here, but I ain't done.
Yeah, it's a long process. I don't even know if it's a process. I think it's just the same way in which life
Just get on
age.
levels.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
just
like
levels of much like yeah. So those are like the main ones on YouTube. It's Healing from Trauma 2 podcast as well. If you put it in, you'll find me.
yeah.
It's Drea Boo. So
Thank you.
different. Thank
Well,
you.
it's your girl, Miss Mouthy, and this is also the unmuted edition. I thank y'all for this new season 6. I can't wait to come back and kick things off. I'm excited to see who comes into building, what lessons I learned this season, and how I am going to get even louder. Like I'm never going to stop popping my shit ever,
Ever.
ever. It's
Gemini.
yeah,
KK.
it's your girl, Miss Mouthy. Even when you what don't see me, you definitely hear me. Till next time.